So Wednesday the 7th of August, and it is long run day because we're on holiday. We have the flexibility to not have to do our long runs on the traditional Sunday. So today we're aiming for 20 miles. Now actually my plan says 18. Dawn's doing 20 because her marathon's 2 weeks before mine. Now because I find a straight long run pretty grueling, I'm going to try something different today. I've plugged into my Coros to do 40 lots of 0.44 of a mile, followed by 100 metre strides. There'll be 40 100 metre strides within a 20-mile long run. So strides are well known to help improve running technique, and running technique is something I've been working hard on over the past few weeks. 3 elements to that: 1, a nice high head, which you can see here; secondly, arms pumping back to give me extra power; and thirdly, something I need to work on a bit more is getting my back lift quite high and my back foot closer to my backside. So Dawn more sensibly has put in her watch to do 1 stride at the end of every mile just to spice things up. So we'll see who's got the more sensible approach. It's not something I've done before, but we have been reading a lot of Run Elite by Andrew Snow, and he's a big fan of strides. He actually says you should do 1 stride for every mile you do in a week. So if you do a 50-mile week, you'd be doing 5k's worth of strides. So we'll see how it goes in a long run. Might be a great idea, it might be a terrible idea, and I'll be heartily regretting it in a few miles' time, but let's see.
So this morning we've come over to the Blandford Trailway, and here you can see, you might have seen us here if you watched the video a few days ago where we were here doing a session.
We did a multi-pace session along here the other day. It's called the North Dorset Trailway from Blandford up to Sturminster Newton is about 9 miles. We often come here on holiday. It is an old railway. The elevation's quite undulating for an old railway, isn't it? And as we go up and down, there's quite a lot of mixed terrain. At the minute, it's like this, well, it's not even compact, is it? Firm surface. But as we go up, there's gravel, there's little bits of tarmac. Like yeah. So it's good to train on, and a lot of variety. So it seems like we've been down this way before, but we'll see if there's any comfort here. Senor. That's a song, that, by the way.
You're off, John.
And so we're off on the Blandford to Sturminster Newton Express. This line was called the Somerset and Dorset, or the S&D. It does have a nickname, Slow and Dirty it was called, because of the pace the trains went at. Let's hope that doesn't describe our run today. So it's quickly time to get into those strides, and initially I felt good running with good form, and I felt they also fed into the 0.4 per mile runs as well, so I was running nice and upright and feeling good and strong in the first part of this run. Feeling strong about 3 miles as we pass through the village of Stourpane. It's all going well so far. The strides are coming out just over or just under 7-minute miling, which is about a half marathon effort. How are you going along, Dawn?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. My strides are at the end of the mile, so just helping me to focus on form, really.
So the North Dorset Trailway, an absolute pleasure to run on every time we come down here. And I felt it really helped focus the mind knowing that every half mile you had to really dial in to those technique points I mentioned earlier: the head, the arms and the back lift.
I too have been focusing on my technique because I do have a tendency to overstride.
It's coming up to 6 miles now. Got my first gel, OT super carbs, 40 grams I think. It'll be much needed.
And what are we going past?
We're going past Shillingstone Station. This is where we finished the Stickler race about 18 months ago. Won't be doing that one again. Great race, but not if you're me. Heritage Railway Station, as you can see, lots of restored trains and a restored station. Lovely place. Another fun fact about Shillingstone, for those of you with a cricket mind, is that we just passed the cricket ground down there about half a mile, and you never guess who's turning out for Shillingstone TC this summer. Kumar Sangakkara, the greatest Sri Lankan batsman of all time, turning out for the little village club down there. So as I said, there's a few undulations on here. On this one you just drop down towards the road. I think there are only 2 or 3 road crossings on the entire 9-mile section, so really good.
So John's just had his gels, I've decided to take mine too. I've got SIS, which is my choice for the marathon.
Bit of tarmac now, after the trail of the railway station. So just past 9 miles, and in the words of the Travelling Wilbury song, we're going to the end of the line. But to save us going up and down when we get back to Blandford, we're going to do an extra mile around the lovely town of Sturminster Newton. So we are blessed in this country with lovely old railway lines to run on. Have you got one near you that provides a great running route? If so, let us know in the comments below and we may well come and run it one day. Oh. So let's gear ourselves up, 9 miles back to Blandford, and still got 18 strides left to do. So by this stage of the run, 11 miles in, my legs were certainly getting to feel a little bit fatigued, but I was still able, as you can see here, to maintain some strong form. So I'm really pleased at the moment I chose to do the run with those strides in it. So another type of surface here. It's really nice and soft, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, if you ever get to do the North Dorset Village Marathon, the final nearly 2 miles comes along here and finishes at Sturminster Newton. I actually did the first ever North Dorset Village Marathon, finished second, was dead pleased, and what did I win? I won a jar of locally produced garlic mayonnaise.
Oh yeah!
So one of the great prizes we have won at Dorset races. Didn't you once win a marrow?
No, that was in Somerset.
Oh, Somerset, not Dorset. Completely different vibe there.
But in Dorset, I've won.
Didn't you win half a pig?
Well, it was a lamb. It was a team prize, and it was like, yeah, it was
A lamb.
half a lamb, I think, or something.
It's a good job vegan runners didn't win the team prize that day, isn't it?
Yeah, and the other thing, I've won a pig chopping board and an apron in my time. No, and I'm not kidding, I'm being serious. And remember, we went to a run, poultry run.
Oh yeah, the poultry run up near Whitby, Loftus Poultry Run.
And what did we win there?
I think you won a frozen goose.
I don't think you'd get those prizes now, would you?
You do, because you still do the Loftus Poultry Run.
All right, okay.
It's about 7 miles to go now. Dawn's on the tarmac. I'm opting for this softer surface where I can. I say the shoes are doing really well. Adidas Adizero Pro 3s. I wish Adidas, as well as producing these shoes, also produced marathon legs I could purchase, because I'm really beginning to feel it now. So how are you feeling? About 6.5 miles to go.
Okay, but I have got some Achilles pain, which seems to be worse when I'm on the tarmac. It's all right when I'm off-road, so I'm just managing it.
So how do you prefer to do your long runs? A long out and back like we've done, multiple loops, or one big loop? Let us know in the comments below. I don't know if you can see it in the distance, Hambledon Hill. We ran up there, didn't we?
We did indeed.
On that stickler race I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So about 6 miles to go now. Oh, really feeling it now.
It's hard work.
But instead of thinking 6 miles, I just need to think 12 more strides.
Despite the niggle in my Achilles, my legs were actually feeling very strong.
7 strides to go now. About 3.5 miles. Getting tough. Legs are particularly short. It's the longest run I've done in a long, long while. And I think we're feeling it. Let's see. So 1.5 miles after that last clip, I pulled the plug on that run. As Dawn said, I managed to pull the plug on the run before the run pulled the plug on me. So set out to do 20 on my watch, managed 18 with 36 100-meter strides. So am I pleased or disappointed?
So John, why did you pull the plug on that run?
I think you pointed out to me a couple of times that my head had started dropping, my form was going, so I thought the extra 2 miles to get 20 rather than 18, as opposed to running with bad form, increasing the risk of injury, exhausting myself for the rest of the training week. On balance, I did what an old coach of mine told me to do, which was protect what you have before reaching out for more. Wise words. So 5 huge positives from that run. 1, 18 miles is my longest structured training run since the 24th of March. Done 2 16s, ramped up to 18, which was on the actual plan. Second huge positive from the run, I think the strides actually worked. It enabled me to run with good form, not just for those 100 metres, 36 of them, so well over 2 miles worth of faster pace with good form, but also on the 0.4 miles in between them, I felt the form was better. My carriage, etc. was leading to better running form. The third huge positive was the fact that the run, rather than just on a flat up and down, was on an undulating trail with lots of different types of surfaces, so building strength in the legs. Fourth big positive was something I hadn't even thought about really in the run, I just mentioned it once, was that the trainers, the Adidas Adizero Pro 3s, absolutely magic for me over those longer distances. We'll certainly be doing a marathon in those. And the fifth and final thing, which I didn't notice until I'd finished, was I had no fueling problems at all. OTE super carbs drink about an hour before the run, 2 OTE super carb gels during the run, and no fueling problems at all. So, I said at the beginning of this video, it was a risk putting in so many strides during the run. I think it absolutely worked. There was no other structure to that run apart from what I put in with those strides. There were no 2 mile, 3 mile segments with marathon pace or marathon effort in there. So I think it really pepped up the run and left me with a lot better training effect than if I hadn't done that. And what's my partner in crime here? What did you do as I was walking back the last mile of the Blandford Parkrun route?
Well, I just ran up and down the trailway and I completed the 20-mile run, which was my aim. So my marathon is at the beginning of October, as we said earlier in the video. So it was important for me to finish the 20 because that will be my second one now. So I was very pleased to have got that in.
So, if you've been educated, informed or entertained by this video, please give it a like. If you'd like to see how we get on and whether my plan moving towards the Abingdon Marathon will actually work, then please consider subscribing to the channel. You'll get to see Dawn run Chester for England Masters and myself, hopefully my first comeback marathon, which will be the first decent one since May 2016, which is actually that North Dorset Marathon I mentioned earlier. So until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.